Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. This is Samson coming to you from Los Angeles, California. Welcome, everybody from around the world. Happy holiday season. Today is a very special webinar for all of you around the world. Now, tonight, because of huge demand from around the world, we have invited a very, very special guest to share with us some amazing information. Now, before I introduce her, let me tell you a little bit about her background. It was a little bit over 7 years ago because one decision that she made, she led a few of us to start on this journey with Jeunesse. And within such a short time, she's really, changed the lives of literally thousands of people around the world. And that can only come from somebody who has an incredible vision and love for not only the business but for humanity, because if you really understood the value of the opportunity, you will appreciate even more. So tonight we have somebody, this very, very special person I'd like to bring on board. Please welcome, give a virtual hand to welcome to our USGS Zoom webinar, a very, very respected and beloved leader, Mrs. Kim Hui from Los Angeles, California. Hello, Kim. Good evening.
Good evening. Hello, everyone. And good morning, good evening. Thank you, Samson, for the introduction. It is an honor for me to be here tonight with all of you. I know that many of you now in your home country, I know now it's Christmas Eve, and this indeed is a very special times of the year. And I think that to me personally, this holiday is a time for reflection. Also carries very special meaning for me personally. It's this time of the year. It's a year of, this is a time of expectations, a time of excitement. It really brings back a lot of memories today as I was preparing for this talk tonight with all of you. I had reflected about my 20 plus somewhat years of journey as an entrepreneur. As I look back, I remember vividly 20 somewhat years ago, I took my last dime. I had some success in the business and, made money, lost money. And so I think 20 somewhat years ago around this time, there was one of my lowest point of my life. I made some bad business decisions. And so anyway, long story short, I took my last dime. I went on a trip to Florida. As a matter of fact, I still recall I went to Florida at that time. And I remember I had about, $100 some odd in my bank account. And so went to Florida while other people are playing. I didn't know what I was going to do. All I know was, I asked myself, I questioned myself, how did I get to this position? This position I was in. I had a college education, had a good job, then got laid off. And so as I was looking, in a way, looking forward to the next year and reflecting on my journey, and I thought to myself, wow, it was at that moment I had two choices. One was to feel despair, and two is to feel hopeful. And so obviously I chose the latter one. I chose to feel hopeful. And so that brings to the talk tonight. As we wrapped up 2016, it doesn't matter where you are financially, there is hope. There's absolutely hope. And so you're looking at someone that have 20 years ago have less than $100, about $100 somewhat in my bank account, and having the blessing to walk that journey of who I am here today. And so what I like to do tonight is really, we have an incredible year in 2016, many of us did. And so I want to help and contribute my experience of how I turned from where I was 20 somewhat years ago to who I am here today, and what I've learned the last 20 somewhat years. And so that brings us to 4 things I want to talk about here today. And so how I turn my life around, and also in the meantime help other people to have join and walk that journey. And so number one thing that really, as I really look back and say, what I want to offer something of value. I want to really look back on my journey of what I did to walk that journey of become who I am here today. And so the first thing I want to share with you is a word called choice. We all make choices in life every day. I mean, whether we make decision or not, make that choice or not, we already made it. And so the one thing that I hope that we did where we are here today, and as we're preparing, welcoming the new year to come in 2017. And so the first thing is to make that choice, to make that choice to be happy, to make that choice to be successful, to make that choice to be hopeful for a brighter future. And so it is a very simple thing. And oftentimes people just take that for granted, okay? And so and all the things I'm sharing with you tonight, I know you already knew. So somehow, somewhat, I'm just a gentle reminder to kind of like to turn on that part of the brain. Says, you know what? I got it now. I hear it. Someone's reminding me of the things that you perhaps already knew within you. And so make that choice. Make that choice to become successful. Make that choice to be of someone of value. Make that choice of whatever that your heart, that resonates with your heart. So make that choice. And the number two thing is, for me at that time, it doesn't matter my circumstances. So I made the choice. I want to become successful. And the second thing was purpose for me. Making the choice of becoming successful or wanting to become somebody of value. And then second thing is purpose. What is your purpose? Obviously as we grow on this journey, our purpose, might evolve. But the purpose for me at that time is I want to be able to do the things that I want to do with this and with at the time that I want to do and with the people I wanted to work with. And so that was my purpose. And at the same time, it's got to be something that resonates with my heart, and it's got to be something that helping other people as well. And so that was my sense of purpose. And obviously, like I said earlier, as we grow, as we walk this journey, we evolve a little bit. And so that was 20 years ago. I wanted to find purpose. And sometimes in life, that purpose may not just be a light bulb that shines on you, but it evolves, and really work at it. And so one of my purposes was to have a successful life, meaning of someone that of value, of contributing to society, and making my family proud and myself proud. And so, so having a purpose. And now the third thing that I did, and to carry to where we are here today, and I'm very blessed to work with a group of incredible talents from around the world, with their dedication. And so the third thing I did was setting goal setting. Because whatever you've got to, for example, our life, it's waiting for our direction. Where do you want to go? So you got to set some goals. Now, I know that this call is for many people in Jeunesse, many of the distributors in Jeunesse. And so in that case, what is your goal? What is it you want to accomplish? Like, what is your 30-day goal? What is your 6-month goal? What is your 1-year goal? So because that goal kind of help guide us and keep us focused on what we need to do. And again, all these things I'm sharing with you, you already know, okay? Just wanted to it's a gentle reminder. And the number 4 thing is probably the most difficult thing, okay? And that's called the work. Okay, we got to do the work. Now, it's not what we think that work is, okay? Now, a lot of times when people talk about the works, now what is the work? And so I'm going to go out there and I ask you to really keep that open mind of what that work represents and what that work is. I guarantee you, it's not what you think it is, okay? And so to me, the work consists of 3 major things, okay? Now, the first work we got to do, and that's something called change. Now, what is change? It's changing our thinking, changing the way we look at certain things. And with that, I love to share with you a quote, one of my favorite quotes from Albert Einstein. And he has said that education is not the learning of facts, but it is the training of the mind to think. So it's not only of learning the fact, but training our mind how to think. Now, research have shown that, as human beings, we go through anywhere between 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. These are things that go through our head. Now, get this, of which 90% of those 60 to 70,000 thoughts that we think every day, 90% of it are the same thing that we thought of yesterday. So guess what? That's why sometimes we look at our lives. That's why we are where we are. So we got to begin to question and challenge our thinking, whatever that might be. I mean, I remember when I first got laid off 20 somewhat years ago, I had to do a lot of thinking and a lot of questioning and challenging my own thinking, my own thought pattern, my belief system, or what I believe myself to be. And so we all have those, and some of those thinkings are liberating, and some of them could be quite limiting. And so these are things that we got to work on, and that is the hardest part of the work of our business. I tell you, the hardest part of the work is not just sharing the opportunity, is not go out there and talking to people. The hardest work that you will ever do in this business is that right between our two ears. It's this thing. It's so, we got to constantly question and challenge our thinking. And, I'm blessed to be working with so many different people. And every day I get to stretch my boundary, stretch my thoughts, and stretch and challenge the way that we think of things. And that's how we grow as human beings. So having said all that, whatever, I don't care if this is your first day engaging in the opportunity, or this is a year into the business. But I tell you, you're going to see incredible success as we begin a new year. And in order to have a new year, one of my best friends said this, Mr. Les Brown, he says, in order to have a new year, you got to have a new you, okay? So let's work on the new us. So work on our thinking, challenge our thinking and change that, because I tell you what, whatever our thinkings are, whatever our thoughts are, it kind of dictates the things that we do. And if you are not happy with where you are, or you feel that there's more that you could do in life, you know what? Work on changing that. Change is hard, but change is good. And so change is part of growing. Change is part of learning. So embrace that. And so the second thing is, now you work on changing your thoughts. So whatever you thought of, anytime you thought of, if there's any negative thoughts in your head, or if there's any thought that, I can't be this, I can't be successful, or whatever that thought may be, ask yourself, is that true? Is that what I thought of myself true? Okay? And so really work on that. And the second part of the work is a word called discipline. See, change is easy short term, but you got to commit to it, discipline it. It's like, human beings, we have this habit, we change, and we could change today, but tomorrow we change. But when we get into a new space, a new boundary, it gets a little uncomfortable. So guess what we do as human beings? When we get uncomfortable, a lot of times we go back to a different shape. For example, if you have a shape of a phone, okay, and this is a shape, and if you were to stretch this thing and turn it from a rectangle to a circle, for example, it's going to get uncomfortable. So by nature, it is going to want to go back to its shape. Well, you know what? We got to discipline at the works. You got to work at it. And so it is just like going to the gym. I mean, when I started, personal training, going to work out, it was uncomfortable. At times, my muscle gets so sore, I said, I don't want to work out anymore. But you know what? You got to discipline yourself. You know what? If I want to be healthy, if I want that shape of the muscle, if I want to strengthen my core, I got to work at it. So discipline it. Do it when you don't feel like it. And so that is something that I remember, for 20 years, somewhat years, there were times I didn't feel like talking to people. There were times I didn't want to go build my business. But it's part of that discipline. It's like, and I think one of the things that taught me well, it's in education, in school, in college, or a word, it's not the facts that I've learned, but rather it's the discipline that I've gained in that process of going to school. And so same thing, if you want to become successful, have discipline in how you think, And what you think about every day, you're gonna discipline that. So when that muscle gets weak and go back to the old shape, well, guess what? Discipline and commit to that change. Commit to working on ourselves. And so it is so, I tell you, it sounds so easy, but when it gets down to it, it does require work. To me, that's one of the beauty of this business, is to work on yourself, that personal growth. I tell you, I don't know any business that you will have someone, we have incredible leadership globally that will share with you these kind of things to work on ourselves. So that's why I want to make sure we prepare ourselves for not only succeeding in business, but really succeeding in life. So anyway, so coming back to this, so discipline, be willing to work at it, to break that cycle, to break that pattern. And anytime we have any thought coming through or any negative comments that coming through our heads and from other people, whatever, you say, I got to discipline, okay? So learn and work on disciplining our thoughts, our thinking. And the third thing that brings us to is focus. Because when you become disciplined, you got to also focus on your goals. What are the things you want? I remember, when things happen in life. Sometimes you thought, hey, you know what? I think I got this thing down. I know what I'm doing. But the next thing you know, boom, life just throws you a curveball. There are disappointments. There are times there were disappointments. There were frustrations. You know what? Deal with it. It's just life. Those are the things that I suppose is the lessons that, the divine have presented to us. So what do? Accept it, embrace it, work it through. And it is just what it is. I tell you, all of us that have achieved whatever success that we have been, and you talk to anybody outside of this industry and inside of this industry, they will tell you, you've got to be willing to work through the kinks of life. It is just what it is. Okay. So, so when things happen, you know what? Deal with it, learn it, grow it, and these are life lessons and teachers that are presented to our lives. And so, and I'm sharing all this with you because I went through it and I'm still going through it. Okay. So, just when you think that, you think you got this down, guess what? Somehow life kind of boom, sends you another curveball, another lessons to learn. And so, but when you embrace that whatever sent your way, it's our lessons to become stronger. It's our lesson to become a bigger and better person. You will live through it. And so embrace it. And so focus on your goal. So these are the the three stages of works that helped me and guided me. So first is change, to question and challenge our thinking. And second is to discipline to that change. It takes work. You got to work at it. And last but not least, part of the work is to focus. Now, this change, disciplining and focus, it also tie into action. We got to change our actions, a course of action. Sometimes when people get involved and become an entrepreneur, they got very excited. And guess what? When challenges come, they go back to the old shape. But don't do that. Discipline yourself and commit to change your thinking. And not only that, change of the action. Well, obviously, a lot of times when we change our thoughts, it will also help us change our action. Because when you change your thoughts, it changes your feeling towards certain things. And when you change your feeling, when emotion come, and then it will lead to action. Okay. And so these are the things that guided me through and through this career. Now I know that it sounds so simple. I tell you what, it is very, very simple. It depends on how you look at it. Simple to listen, simple to comprehend, but perhaps when you do action, it does take a little bit of work. Okay, that's why it's called the work. All right, so again, let me kind of recap a little bit. So first, make that choice. Second, find your purpose, whatever that might be. And it doesn't have to be like, big adios, purpose, but whatever that is that resonates with your heart, this is important. Okay. And so the third thing is have some goals, set some goals. You want to become a sapphire. You want to become a ruby, but not just in title, but also in terms of meaning. What does it mean to you to have those things? Tie something with meaning rather than a number, rather than a dollar amount. Because you've got to have the meaning attached to it. that's what propelled you to do something. Okay. I tell you, I couldn't, I hope you could feel, I hope you could feel it in here that all this stuff that went on, that journey of 20 somewhat years of having money, lost money, being flat broke on a holiday season with $100 or somewhat in my bank account, but still making that choice of making a difference in my life, still making that choice. It is a hopeful tomorrow, that it is better, it can be better. And we are your living example, okay? And so, to be successful was, to me, what it means to be successful is to be of someone of value, to be of someone of service to others. Because when you are someone that provides value to other people, that can provide service to other people, through that giving, we receive the meaning of success. And success is not an event. People say, I want to be successful. And I did too, okay? Now, whatever I said, I went through and I want to share with you. I want to be successful. Well, successful is not an event. Success is not a race. It's not a competition. Success, it is a process. Whatever you are going through right now, it is a process. It is a journey. It is a journey to work on ourselves, to become a better version of us. I tell you, if I show you a picture of myself, or not only a picture, pictures just on the outside. If I show you who I was, well, back then we are not as high tech as now, okay? But if I were to, you see a picture of myself or a video of me 20 some years ago, and then me today, I tell you, there's a lot of work that went through. So it was a journey that we all went on, that I went on. A journey of, there were times, there were doubts, there were disappointments, there were upsetness, a sadness, whatever that those emotions are. We all have those. And so, but it was a journey that we chose to walk on to become the better version of ourselves. So while you're working, it doesn't matter where you are right now, while you're walking on this journey, be mindful of it. Be mindful of the inner landscape that goes on. It's like, be mindful, it's like inside our head, there's this inner landscape of our mindsets, be mindful of those things, of the inner terrain, the mental condition that goes on in the head. And so be mindful of that. That's how you remind yourself of change. You remind yourself of discipline. And you remind yourself to focus on the work that's in front of us, the work that we have to do as human beings. And so I've been extremely blessed to have the opportunity to work with many, many of you around the world. And I want to tell this story that really, to me, epitomizes to summarize everything that had went on in my life the last 20 some more years as an entrepreneur. And recently, and that experience was, recently I had went to have my eyes checked, and so have examination. And so obviously as we age, our vision gets a little blurry. And so as the optometrist, I had do my eye examination and test my eye strength, the vision strength. And as she was adding different lenses to help improve my vision, it really dawned on me that that's how I'm going to share with you. And I will end this call with sharing this story with you. It's what I call the spectacles of life, the lenses of life. As we age or as we go through life, sometimes we lose clarity of our vision, why we came to earth, or we lost vision of our goals and our dreams. And it takes people around us to help remind us. And so it's like, when you meet with different people, and sometimes some people will stretch your boundary. Some people might not, you might not like whatever's presented to you, but you know what? Those are the spectacles, those are lenses that will help us gain clarity, learn from different perspectives of life, learn different things about life. And so all of you are my teachers. I mean, when I get to work with different people. And so as the doctor was putting on, different lens on me, I go, oh, wow, this one I can read really well. I can see really well. Well, you know what? That's what this is what life is. And so whatever the challenges that we face, those are spectacles and lenses that help us and guide us to work on our vision, to gain clarity, to gain strength. And so I am very, very thankful for people like Samson, like Yvonne, like Harris, like all of the people, all the global entrepreneurs that relentlessly, they're out there helping other people to build their dreams. Because by working with different dynamics of people, I gain clarity, I gain strength. It also taught me valuable lessons about humanity. It taught me valuable lessons of a reflection of myself. And so in a sense, we are all reflections of one another. And so learn and grow from those lessons. I'm very blessed to be where I am financially, but more important than that, I am very blessed to be surrounded by a group of incredible human beings, because we are creating a global movement of not only entrepreneurs, but we're creating a global movement, an awakening of living purposefully, living with purpose, living with joy. And so, and what else to celebrate when you have success and when you have happiness and joy, all that in one package, and get to work on this thing right here, okay? So, this is a short call, but I do hope as we wrapped up 2016, as you look at your life, whatever it is, just say, you know what, embrace it. It's life lesson. It's what's called the gift of life. And so I hope that you found this call helpful. And as you embark on 2017, get a new you, okay? Because you get a new you to welcome a new year. And so remember these couple of things, make that choice. I know you make that choice. Otherwise, you guys are on this call on Christmas Eve, okay? So you make that choice and find your purpose and live purposefully, okay? And set your goal, now that let's get the money issue out of the way so that we can really, really have fun and to not only, making money, but also to give back. There's true joy in giving. And to me, the epitome of success is having the blessing and the ability to give. Because through giving, we receive. And so, and do the work. Don't forget the work to challenge and to question our thinking and to change. Second thing, to discipline that change. And last but not least, focus. Okay, remember to focus. We just got a new puppy right now, so we're teaching him to focus. Okay, so anyway, I hope that all of you to have incredible Christmas and a happy holiday. Have a safe, healthy, happy holiday. And we're gonna have a new event coming up, and I'm so looking forward to meeting many of you in Hong Kong. I'll be in Hong Kong. We'll fly out here on January 3rd. And we'll be in Hong Kong doing what we call a new paradigm. So what we're doing, folks, right here, this is a new paradigm. This movement. This is a movement of not only entrepreneurship, but we are making change and making a positive impact to humanity. So with that, thank you so very much for having me, and wishing all of you an incredible holiday and have an incredible new year, and set your goal. Focus on your goal and work on it. And so I look forward to meeting you guys in Hong Kong, for those of you going to Hong Kong, and have an incredible happy new year. Thank you very much, Samson, for hosting the call, and thank you for having me.